Well, it's Monday again, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for another edition of the Colorado Golf Association's Ready for Rules. 2019 marks a pretty big change in the rules, and we're going to spend every Monday for the next 18 weeks talking about the rules changes. I do want to start by thanking Wistara Credit Union, who's one of our two presenting sponsors. Wistara has a great promotion going this month. If you go to any Wistara branch in the city of Denver and open up any new account, money market, certificate of deposit, any new business with Wistara, you'll get this, a dozen Pro V1 golf balls. Pretty good deal, pretty good way to play some fall golf. So last week we talked about a ball at rest moved on the putting green. This week we're going to talk about the Flagstick. This is a rules change that everybody's going to notice right away because it happens on every single hole. Starting next year, the player can decide whether they want the Flagstick in or out. The penalty for striking an unattended Flagstick or a Flagstick that's being attended goes away. The key here is you have to decide before you play the stroke. You can't go ahead and putt and then make a last second decision. So here I have a short putt and I need to decide, do I want the Flagstick in or out? If I happen to hit that Flagstick, again, there's no penalty. The other thing you need to understand is the ball will be played as it lies. So if I hit that Flagstick and it ricochets away, I'm going to play it from where it came to rest. If it hits the Flagstick and goes in, it's hold. There is no longer a penalty for striking that Flagstick. So let's see if I can make this putt. No penalty starting in 2019. So that's what happens when a ball strikes an unattended Flagstick. But what if it hits the person attending the Flagstick? Well, starting in 2019, that penalty also goes away. So if I am hitting this putt and I pull it and hit it too hard and it strikes the player or the person attending the Flagstick, I'm going to play that ball where it came to rest, even if it should ricochet into the hole. The main thing to understand here is that cannot be done intentionally. If the person attending it did it intentionally, that's going to be a different rule and there will be a consequence and a penalty will be involved. But if it's an innocent mistake and it's an accident, you're just going to play the ball as it lies with no penalty starting in 2019. So one last point regarding the Flagstick. If a ball should come to rest against the Flagstick in this manner, today that ball is not hold because it is not all below the level of the lip of the hole. Starting next year, if a ball should come to rest against the Flagstick in this manner, it will be considered hold. So even if you pull out the Flagstick and the ball comes out of the hole, you have hold out in your previous stroke. Another way the rules are getting friendlier next year.